The Chicago Bulls have revealed why they felt it was time for a change in Chicago. But did they make the right moves? We're going to talk about it. And plus, we have 3 voicemails on today's episode from some of my favorite people reacting to the latest trades that happened with the Chicago Bulls. Y'all know before we talk about it and break it all down, you got to hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down for today's daily episode. So if you're tuned in, locked in, and ready to talk Bulls basketball, even when they give you a headache, even when you don't have much faith in what's going on moving forward, still tune in, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel as we try to make sense of everything that's going on with our Chicago Bulls. But hey, on today's episode, we got to jump right into the thick of things. Arturas Karnisovas held a Zoom call pretty much, did not show up to the facility and put a microphone in front of his face. Instead, did it on a Zoom per se and had media members ask him a number of questions. Before those questions, Arturas went out there and pretty much laid out why he felt it was time for a change. It was time for a change. But is this the change that you all wanted to see? Go ahead and answer that question. Were you ready for a change, or were you not ready for a change? And if you was ready for a change, was this the change that you wanted to see? Let me know down below. But Arturas went out there and pretty much said, heading into the NBA trade deadline over the last few weeks, him and his staff, along with ownership and head coach Billy Donovan, those guys felt like it was necessary to try to reshape the roster so they can go out there and potentially get better and understand that we need to be competing for championships. They laid out 3 key things that they felt was necessary when talking about trades, discussing players, talking about financial flexibility, and so on and so forth. The first thing that they laid out, or they were asking themselves, is where we are and where we're going. The second thing that they had on their mind was building around experienced youth. That's how they put it. And the last thing was financial flexibility and draft capital. So those 3 things were on the minds of the Chicago Bulls organization when they went out there and executed a number of trades over the last few days. And first thing first, Arturas laid out and pretty much said that those guys were not satisfied with being in the middle, which none of us was really satisfied with, right? I think we can all agree with that. We probably don't like the messenger, but I'm pretty sure we all can agree with the message. The second thing, when they talked about building around experience and youth, they really focused on guys like Isaac Okoro, Josh Giddey, Montes Buzelis, and I said Okoro, but he said Ice. That's what they call him. Not the Ice Man, but Ice. And even when they talked about certain things, there was one reporter that asked a question. I'm sorry I couldn't give credit correctly, so I apologize for that. But when they asked him about the Ayo Dosunmu and Kobe White trade, Arturas pretty much said that, hey, we didn't want them to walk away and not get anything in return. Our plan right now is to evaluate the guys that's, to evaluate some things. And for the guys that we got back, now we have an ample opportunity to evaluate who can fit into our goals long term. Now, I know that is something that is a lot of you all don't want to hear. Y'all didn't give a damn. Y'all don't care about what Arturas is talking about right now. And quite frankly with you, I'm like, it is what it is. But after you take it in and you digest it a little bit, there could be a little bit of validity to it. You did not want Kobe White to walk away or walk out the building for nothing. You didn't want Ayo Dosunmu to walk away for nothing, which all could be true. Now, I know that some of you all, including myself, will be like, but I understand the idea of not having these guys walk away for just nothing. Why did you go out there and execute the trades in this manner? Why did it take so long for these trades to be executed? In fact, he was even asked by Joe Cowley, hey man, look, just off topic real quick. Joe Cowley, for as much crap as we give him as Chicago Bulls fans, one thing that I will say this, I respect Joe Cowley because he comes with the smoke. Every single time he stepped in front of Arturas, he grills him. And he even asked Arturas, why now are you starting to value second round picks when we talked about this last year? And I asked you and you pretty much said you did not care about second round picks. And I'm paraphrasing. So, and Arturas, his point now, he's saying that he now sees second round picks as currency now, which we'll talk about a little bit more later. But the building around the youth experience stuff is kind of strange in a way with the Chicago Bulls, because yes, we want to build around youth and we want to build with guys that have some experience, but on top of that experience, you have to have the right people in place to make decisions or to get the best out of your team so you could properly evaluate them. And we know right now the Chicago Bulls are loaded with a number of guards. Not too many big men that we can properly evaluate. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Chicago Bulls pivot or maneuver through the last 30 games, which the Chicago Bulls and Arturas panned out to say that, hey, we have 30 games to properly evaluate these young players to see who can fit with us long term. Now, moving on into the financial flexibility part of it, you do still have financial flexibility with this whole thing. You have those type of decisions with guys like Anthony Simons. You have those type of decisions with guys like Colin Sexton. You do have a number of second round draft picks that we just talked about. And now AK is now seeing as currency now for some strange reason. But you do have that financial flexibility. But didn't you kind of have the same thing with the guys that you traded? So it's one of those things to where I wouldn't per se call it nitpicking, but I will say we have questions about. Because if you wanted financial flexibility or you wasn't too sure about anything, your opportunity to strike gold was last year when you could have had more flexibility with draft capital on top of the money aspect of everything. So I get it. It's one of those things to where you look at the Zoom call and you just say, okay, bro, like real talk. It's not something that pissed me off. I'm not going to be mad at anybody if they're pissed off. Me personally, I'm just trying to think through this logically and with a level head. I understand that the Chicago Bulls, I've been saying for the last few weeks, it's okay to take a step back to move a couple steps forward. However, it's just one of those things to where we have to understand the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is they absolutely waited too late. But when they did go out there and make these moves, they made the moves. Whether you like the moves or not, including myself, what do we expect the guys to go out there and do, get if they themselves overvalue their players and didn't strike gold when people absolutely wanted Ayo Dosunmu last year, absolutely were into Kobe White last year, and they were trying to push for the play-in last year, which didn't make sense. They even went out there and asked them, Joe Cowley again, do you regret doing this a year too late? Arturas, he said he does not regret it. Now, that's the part that kind of pisses me off in a sense. But at the end of the day, we all were Well, I won't speak for everybody, but last year I was riding with the bro. I'm not with the tanking, bro. I still kind of feel that to this day, but at the end of the day, right now, I just have to embrace this if this is an actual tank. They not telling us that they're actually tanking. I don't think they will ever come out and say that. But from what it looks like, you got Yuki. Yuki, hey, I like watching him play. He putting on for the short men out there. You know what I'm saying? Holding us down. You feel me? But nonetheless, I just think that at this point, we just gotta keep it pushing, bro, because I was one of those guys that was really, really excited about that 15-5 run to end the season last year. I was one of those guys, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like I wasn't. If that's something that people hold against me, cool. I'm cool with that. But that was something I was excited about. And that gave me coming into this season a little bit of excitement that this team could actually push into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Finally push into the playoffs. They started off hot. Comments were made. Things were said. Things were discussed. Couple players, Nikola Vucevic specifically, scolded the team for celebrating a win. And we went down on a losing streak. And then on top of the losing streak, we had injuries. And that was a part of the discussion as well coming from Arturis. He pretty much said that, hey, injuries was a part of this. Guys, we were excited about the 15-5 coming into this season, but it was time for a change. And it is time for a change. It does sting that my man's Ayo Dosunmu will not be here. But I will say this. While we look at most of these trades and say it's not for the betterment of the team, the guys that actually put on for the team, they actually went to good locations, man. And I'm not saying that the Chicago Bulls deserve brownie points for that. That's just me saying I'm happy that those guys are going to go get opportunities. I know C-Dub going to text me or call me later, but Vooch is going to be decent for the Celtics. I'm not picking them to go to the conference finals or a championship, but he going to a winning situation versus that when we was losing. Then Kobe White, you going to a young team who has now just taken over the 10th seed in the Charlotte Hornets over the Chicago Bulls. So, and then Ayo Dosunmu, you get to go to the Western Conference and ball out with Ant Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves, who is just competing, who has made playoff runs the last few seasons. Ayo Dosunmu is about to show what the fuck I've been talking about all season long. He's a winning player. He's about to go out there and ball, shooting 40% from the three and all the skill set that he can go out there and provide for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ayo Dosunmu is about to go out there and show the damn NBA the type of player he is because he's no longer in the dumpster fire, bro. I'm even surprised for Dalen Terry. He did have an opportunity to go to New York, but they flipped him and sent him to New Orleans. So at the end of the day, I'm not giving the front office brownie points, but I'm more so happy that those guys that I was cheering for, you know what I'm saying, and I think they're going to be doing really well over there. But now it's time to focus on us. This is where the real evaluation starts, man. Do we trust the front office? I ain't going to cap. I don't. But what else y'all want me to do? Sit up here and yell at the mic all day? No, that's not how I'm going to do business. I'm going to at least try to evaluate it with a level head as best as I can to give y'all good content. Because I can go out here and scold the entire team for 30 minutes, but I don't want to do that. This is now a time to where we can look and see if Jaden Ivey, that top 5 pick a few years back, can he be a piece for the Chicago Bulls? This is an opportunity for us to look at Montes Buzelis, who's going to receive more touches, what he can do and how he can continue to ascend with his development. This is an opportunity to get looks at Rob Dillingham. This is an opportunity to see if Anthony Simons can stay here long term, because I ain't going to lie. Yesterday, I love the activity that Anthony Simons was displaying. It's a little early to say love. I say that. But from one game, he made a good impression on me in the first game. Jaden Ivey, he did a couple things there. I wouldn't say it was good. I would say it was decent impression. And Yabusele, I was like, hey, this he big as hell for a 6'9" guy. Bro, C-Dub was calling a man muscle milk online. And that's how bro look. He built. He ain't little. This ain't no slim 6'9". This a big mofo. You feel me? And I'm just going to evaluate it in that regard. We know that the Chicago Bulls are going to do Chicago Bulls things, but I'm going to focus more so on the players, and that's going to be my mindset moving forward. I'm not going to tell people how to fan. I'm just letting y'all know how I'm going to fan. And that's with trying to evaluate some of these players who are now here. It does suck that Ayo Dosunmu was gone. That's my only painful thing when it came down to the trades. But hey, we continue to push on, and I'm gonna still continue to ride for the squad, man. It is what it is at this particular moment. They not coming back. Now it's just time for me to move forward, but I'm not gonna tell you all how you all should operate, man. That is your decision. That is up to your discretion, for sure. But I ain't gonna hold you all too much longer. Now we're gonna start getting into the voicemails left by some of my favorite people. We're gonna get into this first one. We're gonna get into Auntie Goon reacting to Ayo Dosunmu trade. Here it is.
Hey, nephew, Bobby. Look, I am at work. I cannot believe your podcast is ringing my motherfucking phone. They traded motherfucker Ayo. My motherfucking feelings is hurt. I know I left a voice there yesterday. What the fuck are we doing here? What the fuck? Oh my god, my fucking feelings so hurt. Y'all traded my motherfucking son. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look, I can't even work like that. Oh Lord, Jesus. Oh my god. I'm about to have a heart attack. Somebody call 911. Oh my god. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? They cleaned the whole fucking house up. They done traded 8 motherfuckers in the last 48 hours. Oh shit. Oh my god. I can't let my boss see me on this song. Fuck her. Fuck that bitch. Oh my god. She gonna have to write me up today. Oh my motherfucking god. They traded Ayo, y'all. They traded fucking Ayo. They really traded fucking Ayo. To fucking Minnesota. Mm. No. I can't talk too loud, but goddamn. I cannot believe they traded motherfucker Ayo. Oh Lord Jesus, what the fuck are we doing? Look, I'm at work. I can't function. I can't focus. I can't function. Oh my fucking god, no, baby. No, nephew, tell me you lying. No, nephew. All right, let me get back to work. Oh my god, oh my fucking god, I cannot believe this shit. Oh, look, I got tears in my eyes. Oh my fucking god, my motherfucking son is out of here. Oh my, they done traded my motherfucking baby. Oh my motherfucking god. Okay, now.
I had to put my shades on, Auntie, so y'all won't see me shed a tear for Ayo. No. But I felt everything that you was putting out there, Auntie, for sure. I definitely feel what you was putting out. It definitely is one of those gut punches that we did not want to see. We wanted to see the Chicago kid remain in Chicago. But Auntie, this should make you happy. Your son is now about to be a part of winning. He deserves that shit. Ayo Dosunmu deserves to be a part of some winning. He's too good to be playing around with this mediocre ass team. And it hurts me to see him go, but I'm happy for him because he our Chicago kid. And the irony. One Derrick Rose in Minnesota, T-Will. Oh, let's go. I'm cheering for Ayo Dosunmu, bro. I'm cheering for him. But I definitely feel that pain, Auntie, for sure. Because, man, I just wanted her to be here. I think he's a winning player, but the Minnesota Timberwolves, y'all take care of my boy. And Ayo, I already know what he about to do in the closing minutes of game with him and Ant Edwards. Ant Edwards get double teamed. Swing to Ayo. Cash, let's go. Let's go. I'm watching Minnesota Timberwolves game this year. For time about. I've been watching Cup. We're going to watch a lot more. Time about. But, hey, that is it for Auntie Gold. We're going to jump into this next one. This next one is from Ricky, and he ticked off.
What up, Bobby Stu-Dub? This is Ricky. The Bulls are fucking trash. I'm finna say something that I don't usually do, man. I'm finna put a few words in there. They fucking garbage. I don't care about you, Bull. I got all this bullshit that I got, and I want to get rid of it so bad. The Bulls are garbage. The Bulls are Aldi's, okay? They got Hy-Vees, and they got Osco, and stores like that, Walmart, and the fucking Bulls are Aldi's. They the Aldi's of the world. They got, man, give me the idol. I'm done with the Bulls. Last year, I only watched 2 games because Billy was there. Because he had a damn job. The boy Hayes was getting on me talking about how can I only watch two? I watch all the highlights, but I only watch 2 games. They fucking garbage, man. Okay? They a fucking garbage ass organization. And man, JVL, they should have just failed the damn team. They have no business holding on to the Chicago Bulls. This is a disgrace, man. And the man don't even care about how bad he's looking and how bad he's making the fans of Chicago feel. He don't give a damn. To let Iowa go, let it go a fucking superstar. Let go a star. Man, this shit is innocuous. Okay? Well, just wanted to say that. As far as I'm concerned, the Chicago Bulls are through. Yes, I'm giving up on them. I've been a fan since 1961. And how many goddamn years that the Lord gonna let me stay here? And I got to hear rebuild every damn year. Or his stupid trades is just going down. The Bulls are garbage. So I don't think I need to bother you guys too much anymore. I just wanted to talk about it. That's a damn shame, man. Peace.
Shout out to my man's Ricky. Ricky, I feel you, dog. It's sad. I was cool with every move except Io. That was a hit for me. I ain't gonna lie. So I honestly feel where you coming from, and that's what it seems like. What hit you too. I feel like it. Let me know if you see this and you watch it. You felt like everything was cool until they traded Io. Because that month, bro, every time they needed somebody, you need him to come play point guard, he could do that. You need to come play off ball, he could do that. Need him to slide to the 3, he could do that. Needed him to guard 1 through 3, he could do that. Needed him to improve his game, he did that. It's so hard, man. It sucks to let him go, but then at the same time, Ricky, hey, if you don't want to watch the Bulls, turn on some Minnesota Timberwolves, bro. But still come into the live call and kick it with us, though. C-Dub, hey, y'all know C-Dub gonna do his damn job, gang. That's his job. It's to do the live call and provide good content. That's what he's gonna do. He already started doing it yesterday, regardless on who's on the team. And if you want to come have a good time, we had a good ass time last night. Me and Steve-O even got into a little debate for all fun, shits and giggles. It's always fun. And hey, man, if you don't want to watch the game, come tune in to the live call. That's it. That's all I do is invite you to the live call. It's a good time over there. C-Dub, he tweaked out at the end. He showed his age. But yeah, Ricky, and keep your Bulls stuff, man. You spent too much money to just give it away, bro. And I'm with you, man. Hopefully the Lord continue to bless you with many, many more years, man. And hopefully the Chicago Bulls give you an opportunity to see them win one more. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with you. I'm tired of hearing rebuild for so many years. It's time to get this shit right, for sure. All right, y'all, we're going to get into the last one for the day. This last one is from my man's RDub, and he got a legit question. Let's hear what he got to say.
What's up, Cognac family? Man, I'm calling you out Thursday, pretty much 3 o'clock Pacific time at the end of this trade deadline. And you know what? I was going to call y'all yesterday after the Kobe trade, but I was like, nah, I'm emotional right now. Let me just wait a little minute because maybe it's going to make sense. It's going to make sense. Maybe it's going to make sense. Shit don't make sense, bro. Shit don't make no sense. And I know, yeah, I'm cursing into the call and ain't cool, but shit, I'm pretty sure we already 10 minutes in. I don't know how far we into the video already. So hopefully y'all should be good, but fuck all that, bro. Yeah, they gotta go. You gotta get Acme. You gotta get both of these motherfuckers up out of here, boy. They got rid of the soul of the fucking team. Like, I look at this team and I don't know any of these niggas. I remember Josh Giddey. I remember Montas. But nah, I don't know these niggas, bro. I don't know these niggas. At this point, we ain't have to do shit. After the Vooch trade, we ain't have to do shit, bro. We didn't have to do shit. Let me know y'all thoughts like if y'all feel like if we would have stopped after the Vooch trade, what y'all would have been cool with. Keeping, even though he been having a bad year, keeping Kobe and Ayo with Anthony Simons and fucking Jaden Ivey, would y'all have been cool? Yes, hella guards, but shit, fuck it. We would probably build with another guard, Trey Jones or some shit. Let me know what y'all think and how y'all felt about that. And how would y'all have felt if we would have just dished out a Trey Jones and then Terry and Phillips and all of them? And Collins, if we could. Let me know what you think.
That's a great question, RDub. And I would, the first part you said that they traded Kobe White, who was the hardest soul, and I'm not gonna dispute it. I will say this though. Kobe White has shown Kobe White from the reports and everything that we've known for the last few years is that Kobe White has been growing as a vocal leader within the locker room. But now it's time for somebody else to step up. And is that Montes? Is that Giddey? Somebody else to step up into the fray. When it comes to your question, would I have been cool if they would have stopped that Vooch? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I would have stopped right there because we would have had Jaden Ivey and Anthony Simons. And you could have got Trey Jones up out of there. You know what I'm saying? It would have been, I would have probably been cool. We good. I probably would have did that. I probably would have, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We would have got Jaden Ivey, Anthony Simons, and we would have had some second round picks. I probably would have been cool with that. I ain't gonna cap. But it is what it is at this particular moment, Brody. But hey, man, I appreciate all three of you people calling in, Goon, Ricky, and RDub, man. It's always a pleasure to have y'all come on the show and show love about it's been giving y'all time to us as we always give the time to y'all. So we appreciate that. And hey, man, that is it for today's episode. Before I get up out of here, I just want to say I appreciate y'all for the tremendous support over the last few days, man. Y'all been rocking and going crazy. Let's go ahead and keep this momentum going and see what we can end this thing off for the last 30 or so games of the season, man. Whether you're tuning in and watching the game by yourself or not, you can always come kick it with the Cognac boys on the live calls because that shit gonna be lit every single time, and y'all know that. So tune in, lock in, man. Hey, and if you are out there, you're listening, you want to be a part of the mailbag episode, the number to do so is 773-242-9219, and it is also in the description, man. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all always see red, and y'all already know. We're gonna catch y'all on the next one for sure. Peace.
Cognac. Gang.